mind the gunfire in the background. Nothing to worry about.
Welcome to another tier list. And in this one, we're going to rank all of the Call of Duty antagonists throughout the entire series. So, without further ado, we will start with Imran Zakiyah from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, because I'm leaving out Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3 because there's really no main villains in those three games. But, so Imran Zakiyah, I'm going to put him in A. He's a pretty decent villain from the original Modern Warfare game. From what we know, he was the leader of the Ultranationalists all the way back when there was an assassination ordered on him that Price and Macmillan carried out, and they failed to kill him. He survived to only living with one arm, actually, since Price shot it off. And then he continues to lead the ultranationalist groups throughout Russia, causing a civil war to reign throughout Russia, and he attempts to steal some nuclear codes to attack pretty much the entire world. So, yeah, I'm going to put him in A. Not much to him that we know of his backstory, but he's a pretty decent villain. Next up, we have... I can't even remember the main villain's name from World at War. Amsel, that's his name, Lieutenant Amsel. So we're going to put him in C. We don't know much about him, but we do kill him as Dmitry Petrenko in World at War, on the Russian side at least, with Reznov. And yeah, he acts as probably the only main villain we actually get throughout World at War. So yeah, I'm going to put him in C. Like I said, not too much about him. He's just a German lieutenant back in World at War. So next up, we have General Shepard from Modern Warfare 2. I'm going to put him in A as well. Shepard secretly works and creates the Shadow Company behind the backs of the entire British government and US, with hiding the Shadow Company behind Task Force 141, taking all those soldiers that would follow him from Task Force 141 and creating the Shadow Company to use against the Task Force 141. His main reasoning to turn against the British isn't really all that explained, other than he lost 52,000 men in a mission called Modern Warfare, when the nuke when an EMP when a nuke is fired on Al-Assad's compound in Modern Warfare 1, he lost all of those men, and therefore he's taken his revenge out on the people he blames. He managed to capture Captain John Price, of all people, of the British SAS.
I really doubt that that Price would let himself be captured.
Yeah, easily, without, Shepard being there. So next we have Nikita Dragovich from Call of Duty Black Ops 1, and I'm going to put him in A as well. Pretty good villain, not going to lie. He creates the Nova 6. He's the leader of the Soviet Union in Black Ops 1. He manages to, take the whole Union and use them against the Americans to create this bioweapon. And yeah, he captured Mason, and he brainwashed Mason, of all things. He brainwashed him in their own attempts to do, at... I'm trying to remember the name of that method. What was that method from fucking the Cold War? And the Americans used it in torture.
I can't remember shit.
MK Ultra.
Waterboarding.
MK Ultra. That's what I was thinking of. Where they fucking all the shit that they did to Mason.
Mason, what are the numbers?
Yeah, so next we have Lev Kirchenko, who I don't have an image of.
No, it's Mason, the numbers. What do they mean?
What do they mean, Mason? Where are they broadcast from? So next we have Kirchenko, who I'm going to add to the list very quickly, along with Friedrichsteiner, who I forgot.
Friedrichsteiner.
These three are the main villains from Black Ops 1, so we got to add him in. There's a real man named Friedrichsteiner, apparently. But I don't need the real man, I just need the COD version of this man. Anyways, yeah, Dragovich also had his whole, headquarters in a submarine station underneath the water where he was able to send the broadcasts. If it wasn't for Mason being able to remember that the Rusalka of all things was where the broadcasts were coming from, the whole world as we know it would have ended and called in Black Ops because of Dragovich. So there we are. Alright, so next we have Lev Kirchenko, and I'm gonna put him in B as our first B character. Kirchenko, he is the second in command to Dragovich. He worked with Dragovich throughout the entirety of Dragovich's reign, and he is basically the brute strength behind the whole operation. Where Dragovich is the brains behind it, Kirchenko is the brawn, and he almost killed Woods, as we learned at the end of Black Ops 1, which we learned he survived in Black Ops 2, but he did pick up a fight, and he hated Mason, and he suggested the murder of Mason, but due to Dragovich's refusal, due to him being an agent, and Kirchenko even mentions that he should have killed Mason back in Vorkuta. So next we have Steiner Friedrichsteiner, wherever this man is. There he is. I'm also going to put him in C. He's not the greatest Call of Duty antagonist. He also switches sides at the very end of Black Ops 1, as we learn, because he starts working with the CIA, because in his belief, Dragovich was going to kill him, which Dragovich was. Every man that was not of use to Dragovich after the launch of Nova 6 would have been murdered, and so Steiner says fuck it, and betrays Dragovich, and rats him out to the CIA operatives Hudson and Weaver. So next up we have Modern Warfare 3, in which we have Vladimir Makarov as the main villain. He was also the secondary antagonist in Modern Warfare 2, so I'm gonna put him in S. He is the greatest Modern Warfare villain that we had so far. As we know, he worked behind the Shadow Company, and he had his own group of... He took over the Ultranationalist organization after Zakiyah's fall. He was also... as we learned, he was the one that signaled the nuclear launch in Modern Warfare 1, along with Yuri, who betrayed him at the very end in the mission No Russian.
No Russian.
The whole mission No Russian just lays out how badass Makarov is. He manages to hide from everybody throughout both Modern Warfare 2 and 3, and he's just barely found at the end of MW3 and killed by Price. Next we have Raul Menendez from Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I'm going to put him in S as well, right behind Makarov, because Menendez lived a good portion throughout the end of the Cold War, into the second Cold War, as they call it in Black Ops 2 in 2025, in which he is the leader of a terrorist group called Koch.
Hey, they're not that far off.
No.
They were only, 3 years too early, too far ahead in time?
Yeah. Where he gathers all these members of Cortes Dia, making people believe that he is the savior of the world, in which he uses drone technology and cyber attacks to disable the governments to take over and make Cortes Dia reign over everybody. It's basically force them to surrender to him in Cortes Dia.
I guess.
So next we have Gabriel O'Rourke from Call of Duty Ghosts. I'm going to put him in B. His backstory is that Elias left him to die at the end of the mission in Ghosts during their battle of killing the main Federation leader. He blames Elias for his capture and by the Federation, and tortured and brainwashed into becoming and then he ranks up and becomes the next leader of the Federation, in which he steals the laser weapon Loki to use.
Oh
and
god,
Odin.
I forgot about Loki.
Loki, or he steals Odin. Odin is destroyed, and then he uses the remains of Odin to create Loki, and use it.
You okay?
A laser weapon that used
What happened?
I don't know.
to take out
Did
the
you
entire
puke?
Earth.
No, I was playing with pussy.
You were playing with your pussy?
Nice.
Yes.
So next we have Jonathan Irons from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I'm gonna put him
There you go.
in S tier, right behind Menendez. I love the Advanced Warfare campaign. One of the greatest Sledgehammer. It is the greatest Sledgehammer Games campaign in my opinion. Probably right there with Vanguard, because now playing through some of Vanguard, I can already put it above World War II. Because World War II's campaign I
Busy?
wasn't a big fan of.
A
But
little bit, yeah.
Drink.
John Irons,
I can't tell if you're joking when you say that.
Say what?
When you said water.
What?
Are you joking?
that is empty. You need to fill it, bro. Anywho, so
Oh god, he's not joking.
no, he is not. Jonathan Irons, he knew about the attacks that the KVA were going to lay out, and he allowed them to happen so that they would be shadowing what he was trying to do in Advanced Warfare with the Atlas Corporation. All over to take revenge on the death of his son, William Irons, who died because of what he blames on the Americans for picking the wrong wars. So he wants to basically take out the governments and take out all these militaries and leave Atlas behind so that Irons can rule and we don't have to deal with all these wars that are killing so many innocent people. So next we have Corvus from Black Ops 3's campaign. I'm gonna put this man in D. He is just a fucking glitch in the system of the DNI, which we use throughout Black Ops 3. Not much other than the fact that he has a glitch is known about him, and he manages to go through and kill all of the people that have the DNIs in them. And he's therefore killed by John Taylor at the end of Call of Duty Black Ops 3's campaign. Next we have Admiral Koch from Infinite Warfare. Yeah, that's his name, Koch. In Infinite Warfare, he's the main antagonist.
Admiral Crotch.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna put him in B. He's a half-decent villain. I wasn't a big fan of the Infinite Warfare campaign, but he did do a lot. He's where Infinite Warfare is based on Earth, you know, being uninhabitable at this point, so he's taken out all these planets. He was trying to use pretty much trying to build a Death Star using the sun as a weapon to destroy the U.S. throughout the entirety of Infinite Warfare. So not much do we know about Koch, but pretty
You
decent
mean
villain.
trying to destroy the United Earth? There was no U.S. The entire planet was one country, remember?
Yeah, I don't remember the Infinite Warfare campaign. Next, we have the main villain from World War II, who I can't remember his name either. Stop laughing at me for not knowing names, kid. You're a dick. I don't know how to pronounce his first name, but I'm going to say Metz as his last name, because that is his last name. So we got Metz from Call of Duty World War II, who was the head of the labor camp. We didn't really have a main villain in World War II either, so I'm going to put him in D. We don't really get to know much about him, other than he is a pretty powerful German soldier, obviously, as we learn. We end up killing him at the end of World War II. But other than that, we don't know much about him, so I got to put him in D. So next we have Hadir from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. I'm going to put him in C. He's a alright villain, but for the most part, he is only really a secondary antagonist. We blame... he hides himself from everybody, saying that stealing the gas from the Russians that he stole to attack all the Russians was all because he wanted to save himself and his sister and take revenge on Barkov, the main antagonist from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. And basically starting the whole war between Russia and the British in the first place, all because of him wanting to take revenge on Barkov by using chemical gas to do so. Next, we have Roman Barkov, the leader of the Russians.
Russian troops in
Modern Warfare. So I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna edit this and add him in because I didn't add him in for whatever reason. So I'm gonna. Add him
Oh,
into the
shite.
tier list.
Pick up a rifle, we ain't done here.
Why are you rubbing my girlfriend's thing against your face, kid?
Oh, fuck.
This goof. So anyways, guys, next we have Barkov, and I'm gonna put him in C.
Barkov, fuck him.
We don't know much about him other than, you know, the fact that he kidnapped all these people and had them in labor camps. And that, he basically wanted to train them to be his soldiers and help them fight with the Russians, which ends up going very terribly because the British find out that they are keeping these labor camps, and of all people, John Price helps save Hadir and his sister from Barkov, and Barkov ends up getting what he deserves at the very end, in which he is killed. But yeah, other than that, we don't really know what his main motive was, or what he was really after, or any background. So next we have Perseus from Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and he is the main antagonist, and we are hunting throughout the campaign. I'm gonna put him in
Fuck, I'm on the left side.
A, at the very back of A.
Yes, use the fucking rope.
Apparently, since the beginning of the Cold War, Perseus' name has been popping up as in this with anything to do with Russia since the Cold War began. All these great attacks that happened and all these threats happened because of Perseus. And Perseus, at the end of Cold War, reveals that he is not just Perseus, and that his entire group is Perseus. So we never really learn Perseus' real identity or who he is, other than he is trying to take out the U.S. because he is a Soviet Union leader in Russia after the death of Nikita Dragovich.
What the hell? I'm saying what the hell because I died.
And last but not least, we have the main antagonist from Vanguard.
What the? I didn't even get to move. Are you okay, Skid?
What?
Why are you going to sleep, Skid?
I don't know.
Yo, boss, how the fuck do I pronounce the Vanguard's dude's name?
Heisinger?
Yeah, Friesner, that guy. No, I'm gonna put him in B.
You can't really. You're just putting him in B for now because you haven't even finished the game.
I haven't finished Vanguard, so I don't really know his motives yet. Other than, obviously, he's taken over the German army after Hitler's fall. And now he's the leader of the Nazi campaign, and trying to find out about Project Phoenix and take down the, greatest allied forces in history. So yeah, that's gonna be it for that one, ladies and gentlemen. Ranking all of the Call of Duty antagonists. So far that we've got, we'll get more in the future. Maybe I'll do another ranking. But that's gonna be it for this one, so I'll see y'all later. Peace out.